Hey YouTube, welcome back to Along for the Ride and day 3 of this deck project. Day 3 and hopefully the final day. We're hoping to finish it up today. It's still early and the humidity's gone and it's cool, so it should be a good day to work. And here's the plan for today. So first thing we're going to do is get rid of the rest of this old railing here. We have to leave this corner post in because it goes right through into the ground. And if I'd like to cut it off, that's great. I could put a new one in there, but I can't put a new one in because I'd have to attach it to the one that's underneath, so I can't get it in the corner. So that's going to stay. I'm going to brace all this railing. So we're going to get rid of all that, pull that all off. We're going to run our picture frame along the edge here, get this cut off, picture frame along here, get that cut off, block in all our posts for the railing, and then we're into railing. So there's not a lot to do here. Still a bit of touch-ups in the corners. Gotta clean that corner up, so we'll figure that out. But that's kind of the plan. So hopefully day 3, final day, end day, throw the time lapse on and see how it goes. So I've got that railing out of the way, and now over here I've just trimmed these off so I could see the rim joist of the deck and marked it off. And I want to measure, I'm going to put my post on the inside of this 1.5 inches and then have the 1.5 inches. I'm actually going to let this hang over 1/2 inch because that'll mean that the inside of my 2x6 will sit flush with the inside of the post. So I've measured 5 inches to there, which is that, and then I've got a string line here. If I pull that string line tight, that should be my cut line. That is looking pretty good at that far end. And I can mark this line off and cut these, and that should give me my true 3.5 finish. So I'm gonna get my chalk line out actually and snap that line, and then I can cut these off. So now we got that cut, and it looks really good actually, coming from here. Looking pretty good. Oh, just knocked the GoPro over, fix that. And so now what we're gonna do is cut this end off true, and we'll do the same thing down this way. Then we can start mounting our posts. We gotta put some blocking in here to hold up these edges, right? There's nothing holding this edge and keeping it from twisting, so that's why we want to do it. There's really not a lot of weight here by the railing, but we'll put some blocking under here to hold all that up and support our posts too. So that's the next step on here. And we'll have to reset the GoPro because there it is on the ground. Fun times. If there's one thing I've learned with working by yourself is you can never have enough clamps. They always act as an extra hand. So got my post cut to length, and I always like to mark off where the post meets the framing material and clamp a little piece of material there just to help hold it. So I'm gonna be able to put it in the corner there, and it'll rest on this piece. I can throw my post level on there and get it set up and then clamp it again so it's in place. And then I can add some legs and stuff to hold it tight and true. So just a little tip there for if you're working by yourself, invest in some good quality clamps so you've got some extra hands handy. All the posts are in, and as much as I like to use a level, I also like to use my eye to line them up. And level or not, that's the look you want, where all your posts line up nice and straight. Oh, don't spin that. So that line is looking pretty good on there. That deck is looking pretty straight, so I'm glad we left it unsquare. So now what we need to do is block in the posts. And the reason you block in the post is so these anchors here are keeping the post from going left and right. What we need to do is keep the post from going front to back. We do that by putting a piece of blocking in behind the post and tying it into the joist. So right now all that's holding this from front to back is the rim joist. We want to give it a little more structure, so we're going to put another cross piece behind here, tied into these 2 joists, and that'll prevent it from going front and back. So that's why we block in a post. And then we'll put 2 more of these anchors through the back, the opposite direction, to hold that nice and steady. That is looking good. Down here looking good as well, all nice and straight. So then we'll do the picture framing, get all the blocking under there to hold up those edges, and then we're on to railing. It's not even lunchtime yet. We're doing well. Well, there's end of morning, day 3. Got all the blocking in, all the structural pieces, all good there. Ready to do the picture frame. And I've been using this as a cutting ledge, so I didn't cut that off, but it's actually been working pretty well. That's got to get cut off. Other than that, we're putting the picture frame on, and then we're on to railing. Bit of a bummer, broke my watch this morning. Still tells the time, but screen's kind of messed up, unfortunately. I don't know how I did that. Just looked for the time right now and found it. So got this corner fixed up as well. So we should be good to go. Those posts look really nice. And gonna have a break for lunch and then get back at the picture frame and then the railing, and we'll throw the time lapse back on for the railing. Just doing a lot of monkeying around there. Didn't think you wanted to watch that. And that's the picture frame all done up all the way around. Really impressed actually with how it turned out around the posts. It's nice and clean and tight, and we just tied it in there the way it was before. And that line is looking pretty straight, so although this deck is at a square, I'm really impressed with how it's coming together. Now just the railing. So I think we'll get her done today. I say that out loud, knowing that I just jinxed myself on the railing, but it should go pretty smooth. It's just a lot of spindles to put in, a lot of bases to install. So we'll get a shot. There we are. Not looking too bad. So in case you're wondering what I'm doing here, this is my jig for laying out these pegs for the balusters. So what I've done is I already knew they were 4 inches on center. I just built this little jig so that they are exactly 3/4 from this edge. So I can lay this on here and clamp it just so it's sitting tight against a 2x4. And that gives me a quick 4-inch spacing. Pop these guys, pop screws out, pop them in, and I can screw them in there. So then what I do is 4-inch spacing, so I just measure my spacing and it's 56. This one's actually 52 because it's the corner, and the corner's a little bit narrower here. So the closest multiple of 4 and 52 is 48. So I just take the difference divided by 2, put it on the end. That's where I start my first one. And then I just start laying them out. Pop screws through. And this, I think, makes it a little quicker than having to measure them all. I could be wrong, but I think it is. So, you know me, I like jigs, and this is a jig that's making this job a little bit quicker. So, I don't have an outro video, I don't have an ending video to show you the deck. I got it finished, got all the railing up, got all the decking done, and got some boards replaced. We stopped there because we were making more of a mess with replacing the boards than it was worth it. They need to decide if they want to do something else with the other side. So, but I don't have a picture or a video to show you because I got distracted with having some help from the young neighbor child there, Beckett. Came over and gave me a hand to load up some of the leftover wood and stuff, so I got a trailer full to go to the dump. And maybe we'll pop by there tomorrow and get you a picture and a video to show you what the finished product looks like. So pleased with how it turned out, even though I'm not real pleased with the wood quality these days, the 2x6s and stuff like that, but it looked pretty good. So we're back, and I'm pretty pleased with the way this has turned out. Pretty good. Line on the railing looks really nice. Not everybody has to do composite, and even tying it into the old deck turned out really well. That's the deck in its finished completion. I do love wood, and the railing looks nice and straight. Once again, thanks a lot for coming along for the ride. Appreciate you hanging out there and watching the videos. So hope you enjoyed the build, and we'll see you next time. Greg Cynthia, as always, saying see ya. Enjoy the nice weather.